All right, this is my first test in a video series where I'm trying to create chatbots and record my creation process, just to give people a sense of the sorts of considerations we make while making a chatbot. So here goes. I'm going to go with the an accident lawyer landing page. Basically, what I'm going to try to do is to show how you can take a landing page, convert it into a chatbot that converts at a higher rate, and increase your conversion rate like that. So here goes. I clicked on the first link for Accident Lawyer. Again, if you don't remember from the last video I made, the CPC for the space is extremely high. The CPC over here for Accident Lawyer, the keyword, is $181, which is pretty significant. That means every time I click on a link like this, there's a law firm paying $181 on the other side. So I clicked on Jacoby Myers Accident Lawyer. This is the landing page that I got. I actually intentionally chose accident lawyers for this first attempt because accident lawyers, in my experience looking at their landing pages, have really bad landing pages. They all look extremely spammy. They have the live chat pop-up, which doesn't look great. The pages tend to be very text heavy. They have a lot of CTAs. There's a lot going on in them. When you land on the page, I find it a little jarring. Over here, there's just a lot of text, and they also depend on forms in addition to their CTAs. So in general, these pages tend to look spammy. They tend to be poorly designed, and in general, they just offer a poor lead generation user experience that could significantly be improved. Now, the one thing that I will note is the reason a lot of accident lawyers have this live chat pop-up. I've learned this by speaking to some of our legal customers, but people like speaking to someone or something when they are when they're making a decision about a legal purchase. So if they're looking to find legal services or to hire a lawyer, they like to speak to someone before they actually go ahead with that decision. And that's just another reason to use a chatbot, because it allows you to have conversations at scale. These guys are getting 8,100 queries per month if they are in the first link in even a fraction of that amount. They're interacting with a lot of people every single day at all hours. So to have conversations in a scalable way, conversational landing page is a good way to do that. So essentially, the conversational landing page over here is fixing two things. It's fixing the poor design that these pages tend to have, and it is making the conversational approach to lead generation more scalable. And the end result is a higher conversion rate. So let's go ahead and create the bot. I'm going to call this Jacoby and Myers. All right, the bot is being created, and while it does that, I'm just going to take a quick look at this page. The things that I like to do when I look at a landing page first is look at their headline, look at what their main selling point is. How do they sell their services? So a couple of keywords to look for. I'm looking for adjectives that they use to describe themselves. Trusted is one of them. They seem to be emphasizing the fact that they have answers. They recognize that their customers, the average citizen, doesn't really have deep legal expertise, so they have questions. Especially if they've been in a car accident, they're probably it's probably been a traumatic experience for them. They're probably very confused, and they find moving forward to be a little intimidating. So we can see some recognition of that in the headline. There's emphasis on their experience. I've noticed this in a lot of accident lawyer web pages. They try to emphasize their experience, and of course, they've collected millions of dollars. This is another thing that's common in accident lawyer landing pages. They ask for they tell you that they've collected millions of dollars in settlement, and it's sort of a proof that they can do the same for you. They can get you the compensation that you deserve. In terms of what their ask is, what they are trying to achieve through this landing page, they want you to sign up for a free consultation. Because once they get you on a consultation, that means they get you in a conversation with their lawyers, and from there they can convert you. They can convince you that it's in your best interest to use their services to get the compensation that you deserve. And in this case, they have three methods of getting that consultation. You can either call a number, you can start a live chat, or you can fill out a form. And the conversational landing page in this case will be a middle ground of all of them. It'll take the conversational medium of the live chat and the call, but the automation and the lack of human labor required of the form, and fuse it all into one. So with that, I'm going to switch back here. It's going to load. Okay. So the first thing I like to do is I looked at the headline over here. It said America's most trusted law firm. You have questions, we have answers. And I'm just going to take a look at their ad copy as well, especially if it's a Google ad or a Facebook ad. I like to look at the ad copy because this is where the marketer is forced to condense their value proposition into a few lines. Over here, it's pretty basic. They just say accident lawyer, helping families since 1972. So again, experience, over 1 billion recovered. Okay. So with that, I'm going to try and write a quick hook over here. So first of all, welcome to Jacoby and Myers Accident Lawyers. We are, do they say America's most trusted? Yeah, America's most trusted law firms. Most trusted law firm. And we have we have helped our customers over $1 billion in settlement. And now we want to, again, this is as with most chatbots, best practice is you want to make the ask in the first message. Okay, so this bot is going to come here. It's going to send them a couple of messages. It's going to say, welcome to Jacoby Myers Accident Lawyers. We are America's most trusted law firm, and we have helped our customers get over $1 billion in settlement. Now it's going to make an ask of the user. How does the conversational landing page want a user to respond? And usually what we recommend is you try to make it as easy as possible for the user to respond in the first few messages. And the reason for this is once a user starts a conversation, they are significantly more likely to convert. They're significantly more likely to complete the conversation. So you want to make it as easy as possible for them to move on to the next stage of the conversation. And the way we like to do this is, rather than asking something text-based in the first few messages where they have to type out a whole answer, which requires a lot of taps if they're on their phone, or a lot of typing if they're on their laptop, we like to give them a button option, and we ask them a fairly non-controversial question, which is easy to answer. So let's go with, are you ready to get the settlement that you deserve, or the compensation? Let's change it to compensation because I used settlement in the previous message. Compensation that you deserve. Yes, I am ready. And I always like to have I have a question branch in the first fold, especially for something like a legal use case where people don't know much and they have a lot of questions. They're apprehensive to move forward. People who are hiring lawyers tend to be very apprehensive because they find the legal system to be intimidating. They find interacting with it, going to court, filing a case to be intimidating, highly technical, and they usually have questions and they're very apprehensive to continue. So I like to add the I have a question branch, which you can see over here. And we'll get back to how we're going to populate that branch. But for now, I'm going to keep it as at yes, I am ready. And I have a question. So now let's finish off the lead generation flow because that's pretty easy. Also, I'm going to make sure to name each of the gambits. We like to call each of these boxes gambits. All right. So next up, to get the lead generation flow done, what I like to do is I like to look at the form because these are the details that people want to figure out. These are the details that people want, that the company generally, marketer generally wants to capture. So I'm going to, so they need full name, email, phone, and how can we help you? So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to tell them what they're getting. To get a free consultation with one of our top lawyers, I will need to collect some details. We'll start them off with an easy one first. What is your name? And I always like to make the specific piece of information that I'm asking for bold. So for someone who's skimming through the page, even though it is just a couple of messages, for someone who's skimming, they realize quicker what is being asked of them on the screen. So it's asking for their name, and I'm going to put full name verification on. So this is going to check that. This is going to check that the response the user gives is a full name of sorts. So let's leave that. Actually, let's rename it to name. And one of the reasons I like to ask for the name first, usually when it's required in the form, is because when you're using a conversational landing page, when you're using a chatbot, you can ask things because it looks and feels like a chat. It transforms something personal like a form into a conversation with another human or another entity, in this case, an automated agent. And the nature of a conversation, the nature of conversations is that they can be personal. So once I've collected their name, I can say thank you, or I can say, better yet, nice to meet you, and then I can refer to the name. So over here, what I'm doing is I'm typing in URSP. Within double braces, I'm typing URSP.name. So basically what I'm saying is user response from the name gambit. So where I collected the name, take the user response from there and fill it in place of this string over here. So I'll show you how it is going to work. So I'm going to the bot, open it up. All right. Welcome to Jacoby and Myers Accident Lawyers. We're America's most trusted law firm. We have helped our customers get over $1 billion in settlement. Are you ready to get the compensation that you deserve? I hit yes, I'm ready. It says to get a free consultation with one of our top lawyers, I'll need to collect some details. First, what is your name? So let me enter my name, and it says, nice to meet you, Arnav Patel. So that's essentially what I was doing over here. I'm acknowledging that they gave me the piece of detail, and I'm acknowledging that the prospect gave me the piece of detail, and I'm using the detail that they gave to make it feel like this is an interactive conversation, to make it feel like the bot is actually listening to them and the bot has actually registered what they've said. Now, the next piece of information that I need is email, phone, and how can I help you? In this case, I'm actually going to drop the email. I'm going to drop the email field. Just like with form, the more fields you add, the lower the conversion rate will be, even with the chatbot. It just gives people more of an opportunity to drop because the conversation is longer and the lead generation doesn't get over as quickly as possible. And speaking to marketers in this space, they've told me that most personal injury lawyers are just looking to get on that phone call with the prospect, because even in an email, it's very impersonal. It's text on a screen. It doesn't feel as you don't feel as invested as a prospect when you're on an email chain, where with a phone call, you're actually speaking to a human being. It feels that much more real. It feels that much more human, and it increases the chances of converting someone into a paying customer. So nice to meet you, name. Actually, before I even ask for this contact information, I'm going to go ahead and ask for the last piece of information. So how can I help you? I'm going to rephrase it a little bit. I'm going to ask them to describe their accident or describe what happened. Could you tell me a little bit about the accident that you were involved in. What about the accident? I'm going to make that bold again to allow people who are speed reading to quickly get a sense of what is being asked of them. I'm going to make this multiple bubble input so they can send multiple messages before the bot moves on to the next question. So I'm just going to name this description. And then after this, I am going to ask for their phone number. And the reason I swapped the order of those two questions, even though in the form it's asking for the phone number before it's asking for the actual description, is because in a chat, people can't see all of the fields of the form, right? And because they can't see all the fields of the form, they don't know what is going to be asked of them after. So if you ask for their phone number too early, before you give them anything tangible, before they feel like you're actually providing them with a service, they are less likely to convert. They're less likely to give you their phone number. One of our customers in the legal space actually experimented with the order of the questions, and they found that if you ask them for their legal problem first, if you ask them for the problem you're trying to help them navigate first, they're more likely to give their phone number because they feel a sense of investment. They've gone through the effort of typing up the legal issue or the accident which they're trying to get compensation for, and they feel like you've heard them, and they are more likely to give their number because they feel like you're giving something to them. So that's why I'm going to ask for the phone number next. Once I got it, I've passed along your details to my team. Could I get your phone number so that they can contact? Actually, that's a little bit verbose. I'm going to say, if you share your phone number below, they will get in touch with you once they've finished their research. This is a free consultation, I believe, for... This sometimes happens when I'm using Loom. It takes a little bit to load. For your free consultation once they finish their research. Okay. Let's put some emphasis on some words over here. Phone number, free consultation, just as a reminder that that's what they're getting. And I'm going to do something else over here. I'm going to actually I'm going to add an emoji. Just in case they don't realize that they have to fill it out below. So yeah, we have captured their lead at this point. Phone number. And actually, let's change this to mobile 10-digit. So this is going to, if you're on your mobile phone, it's going to give you a keypad which has only numbers on it. It's going to check to see whether the mobile number you get is 10 digits long. It's going to only, if they're on their desktop, it's not going to accept any non-number based input, which is it's pretty useful if you're trying to capture a phone number. It prevents people from spamming your bot. All right, so the phone number has been got, and we just want to close this out. So let's say, thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. We will get you the compensation that you deserve. Keep a lookout for our call. Have a wonderful day. Good way to close out the whole conversation, and we will end it. That is the whole lead generation flow complete. We can actually go through this flow really quick. Just going to reload this page. This chatbot actually doesn't look that great right now. It looks pretty generic. I'm actually going to, after we finish drafting the messaging, go through the design as well. Welcome to Jacoby Myers Accident Lawyers. We're America's most trusted law firm, and we've helped our customers get over $1 billion in settlement. Are you ready to get the compensation that you deserve? Yes, I'm ready. To get a free consultation with one of our top lawyers, I'll need to collect some details. First, what is your name? Nice to meet you, Arnav Patel. So you'll notice that from the previous landing page, there's a lot less text to read over here. Even though I have used messages that are generally longer than I would normally use, the total amount of text that a prospect has to read at each stage of the conversation is way less than the text that they're greeted with when they first land on this page. So that just reduces the ask on the user. It reduces the friction in the lead generation process, and it increases your conversion rate in turn. I'm just gonna put some random strings over here. I don't want to make up a car accident because I haven't been in one, and it's a pretty serious issue. So I put some random text in there. Got it. I've passed along your details to my team. If you share your phone number below, they will get in touch with you for a free consultation once they finish their research. Okay, so let's put a random number. Actually, let me try to put some text in and show you how please enter a valid 10-digit phone number. So let's go with 3. All right, that's 10. That's a 10-digit number. It's a fake number. If you try to call it, it will not get through to me. But yeah, that's it. That's the whole lead generation flow right there. Complete. I'm gonna make a few tweaks to this. First of all, over here, this is a little long and it looks a little monotonous. I'm either gonna try to emphasize some words in between. What else can I do? This as well. So let's go here. $1 billion. Just the highlights. Most trusted law firm. There we go. Actually, you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to add some icons to these buttons over here. I like to add icons because it just makes the page feel more visually appealing. So yes, I'm ready. Or no, I have a question. So yes, I'm ready. I'm going to look for something like a check mark. Actually, I know the perfect icon. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Yes, I'm ready. Because we're asking them for a consultation. We're going to fill it out. The clipboard, I don't know. It's reminiscent of a survey, I guess. And there's a check mark for the yes, I'm ready part. For the I have a question part, I have a pretty standard go-to icon. I just had the info one over there. Complete, name, description, phone number. Okay, so the lead generation flow is complete. Now we have an empty socket over here for the questions. Let's try to get that out of the way. All right, so I like to look at the questions on the page. They usually, okay, why choose us? We will not charge a penny. We have successfully recovered over $1 billion. Okay. What our clients say about us. This is interesting. They don't seem to have a FAQ page. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to one of their competitors and see what their FAQs look like, because I know these exist on lawyer pages. Wow, these guys have really buried their form. I don't think they have a form up here. Oh no, they do. Never mind. I was wrong. They do have a form up there. Still not great, but I swear to God, I see these engage live chat widgets everywhere I go. They don't have it. Well, a few standard that I know of the accident lawyer space is, let me just add them in. Absolutely. How can I help? So standard question which a lot of people ask is how much is it going to cost? And accident lawyers actually run on a contingency basis. So they're very specific they're very particular in mentioning this. Basically, that means that they will only take a cut of the payout if they win the case for you. So you don't have to pay them anything upfront. How much is it going to cost? Why? We do have a why should you choose us? Why should I choose you? See if we can scope out some other questions from this. Usually, if we are working with an actual client, they have a good sense of what questions people ask, and we just put in the 4 or 5 most frequently asked questions. Let's see. We assign a team of experienced. How much experience do you guys have? This is a leading question. Experience you have. And for now, let's just put something else. All right. Let's add some icons. Cost. Oh, why should I choose you? How much experience? A guy in a suit, because suits always speak experience. And something else is going to be a phone operator. Because over there, we will try to connect them with someone. Or we'll try to capture their phone number so that someone from the team can call them. So let's answer these questions really quick. How much does it cost? We work on a contingency basis. Simple English. This means that you have no upfront costs. We will only take a cut. We will take a small portion of the payout if we win the case, which we will. Real quick, the reason I'm changing the delays over here is these numbers in the left side, the 1.0, 2.0, 2.0, they're the message delays. So that's how long the typing animation is going to come before it shows the message to the right. So it's going to wait 2 seconds. It's going to show the typing message for 2 seconds. Then it's going to send this message over here. And the reason I like to adjust that is because I want to give people time to read the messages before. If this is too short, they're going to start reading this, and then this message is immediately going to get pushed up. So I'll show you what that looks like in practice. So let's make that delay 0. I didn't connect that, so it's not going to show up. Deployed. I have a question. All right, so take a look. I'm going to click on this first question over here. If we work on a contingency basis, in simple English, this means, and by the time I reach this means, this message has already been bumped up because the next messages come in. And that's not a pleasant experience because now I have to reorient myself. I have to figure out where that message went that I was just reading. So that's going to take me a couple of seconds. It's just a mild annoyance that diminishes the user experience, and diminishing the user experience, it means an increase in friction, which means a lower conversion rate, which is something that you don't want, especially when paying almost $200 for a click. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to adjust that. I'm going to make it a 3-second delay. And the options over here are going to be, do you want a free consultation? If you have any more questions, I can have one of my lawyers contact you. you like to actually, let's rephrase this. So right now what I'm thinking is, if I say would you like to do that, I'm gonna have to say yes or no. I don't want to give them the option of saying no in this case, because you just want to push them towards finishing that, towards giving their lead information. So I'm thinking of a way to rephrase this. If you have any more questions, you can schedule a free consultation. Or actually, I will allow them to ask another question if they want to ask one of the questions they saw before. I'm just going to straight up ask them, if you want more details, I suggest you schedule a free consultation. All right. And now I'm going to say schedule consultation. Have another question. Pricing. So if they say schedule a free consultation, it's going to go there. If they say I have another question, it's going to go here. I'm going to duplicate this and use it for the next question as well. Why should I choose you? Right. Let's delete all of these messages because they are not applicable. And actually, let's use icons. So I have a question is an easy one. Schedule a consultation. Where did my clipboard go? There it is. Clipboard. Information. Save. This goes here. Our lawyers, I think they mentioned here how much experience they have. All right. Law firm has over 40 years of experience, and we have, in that time, we have recovered over $1 billion in compensation for our clients. If you want a trusted lawyer in your corner, I recommend that you schedule a free consultation with us. Free consultation, bold, $1 billion, bold, 4 years of experience, bold. Simple enough. Free consultation goes there. I have another question goes back here. And let's rename this questions. Right. The last question we need to answer. Oh, let's also rename this. Why choose us? How much experience do you have? This is kind of repeating what we said in the previous one. Our law firm has over 40 years of experience. We can honestly use the same answer. People just phrase their questions differently, I guess. Why choose us? Yeah, I'm going to keep them both there. I've done this before with a lead generation bot for a personal injury lawyer, and it hasn't really been a problem. If you have two questions which are kind of similar, but and they have the same answer, you can actually give the same answer to both of them. It doesn't really affect the lead generation experience. It gives people more. It's just two ways to phrase the same question, and people often phrase it in those different ways. And yeah, I'm not really too concerned about that. Okay, now if they have another question, definitely. If you want to have a more detailed discussion, I would suggest that you schedule a free consultation with us. Just trying to push people to the free consultation. Actually, you know what? Something else. And that, my friends, is it. We have created a whole chatbot that answers a few FAQs and captures a lead, a conversational landing page for a personal injury attorney. And based on their current landing page, I am 100% certain that this chatbot would increase their conversion rate. It's got a lot less text on the screen. There's a lot less going on over here. It makes the lead generation experience a lot simpler. It makes it a lot cleaner. It reduces the friction in the experience, makes it feel more human, and the end result is just a higher conversion rate. But as I promised earlier, I am going to change the design on this chatbot. So what I like to do in this case is, especially when I'm converting a landing page, is I like to take the colors that are already there, colors that are part of the branding. So take this one. I have a handy Chrome extension over here, which allows me to select colors. Let's go here to the design section. Pick a theme. What do they have in terms of branding? Yeah, that seems to be the only color that they use. There's black, but that's a pretty plain looking color. So I like to make the background white. Yeah. That being said, we could add some branding. Even if I save this and I hit deploy, someone lands on this page. This page does not have the same legitimacy as this page, even though it's got a better user experience because it doesn't have any logo anywhere. It's just plain text saying "Welcome to Jacoby Meyer." So what I like to do is I like to take a screenshot of their landing page. I can move to Paint. Escape. I'm not sure what is happening. Weird. Oh, you know what I can do? I can use this. Amazing. Oh, shit. Take a screen clipping. There we go. So I'm going to take their logo. I'm going to copy it to my clipboard. I'm going to go to imager.com. Post. Paste the image. What's going on? Paste the image. There we go. Copy image address. We're going to go back here. First of all, we'll go to the configure section. Jacoby Myers. So that instead of saying chatbot.hellotars. It says Jacoby Myers.hellotars. That adds legitimacy. So save. We go here. The meta image is going to be the image I just uploaded to Imager. So let's save that. And we're actually going to go into the actual flow. And in the first message, we are going to add the image. And the end result is that your chatbot now looks like, wait for it, this. We've got branding. We've got a clean user experience. It's conversational. It's human. And it's going to convert at a higher rate. So just to give you guys a little side-by-side, this is what the landing page looked like before, and this is what it looks like after. On the left is what it looks like before, and on the right is what it looks like after. Clearly, a much cleaner experience on the right side. And a cleaner experience means less friction and a higher conversion rate. It's as simple as that. Thank you.